Jackson come to the mic. Representative.
Decatur. I can't hear you. Decatur. Enough is enough. I can't hear you. Enough is enough. Attorney Davis, I came here with some prepared notes to talk about some legislation that my good friend, State Representative Renita Shannon, and I co-sponsored that legislation. But I'm not going to go from my prepared notes. Creed, see, you have to understand, well, maybe you don't, so let me explain to you for a second. I'm a retired naval officer. And after 22 years, we should not be fighting the same fight.
That's right, that's right.
I'm going to say that again. We should not be fighting the same fight.
That's right.
And as Cree was giving her story, the only thing that came to my mind were my three daughters. My three daughters, 26, 22, and 16. Not everyone in this crowd had to give their child the talk after you teach them how to drive. So there's no room for me to do my prepared speech. So if you can just tolerate me for a second. My pledge to you, Cree, that we're not going to continue to fight the same fight. Enough is enough.
Yeah. Right.
That's our battle cry. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We should be concerned about everyone. Everyone. Take a picture. Please take out your phone real quick. Because I'm telling you, I'm generating so much emotions right now. Take a picture of everyone that's in your sphere, in your location right now, please. Because this is what America looks like.
Amen.
This is what America looks like. This is the best picture that you're about to take and post. This is the reason why these monuments cannot continue to stand. Dr. Sarah already gave you the history lesson. This came up in 1908 and still having an impact on someone right now? That makes no sense to me. It should not make any sense to you. We have men and women right now serving this country of all shades, religion, gender. Yes, give it up to them. Give it up to them. Raise your hand if you're a taxpayer. That means your tax dollars are preserving monuments of oppression, hatred, racism, bigotry, misogyny. How can someone be in the Oval Office and brag about abusing someone? Just because they can? When do we in the United States give a trophy to the loser? These monuments were given to a loser. Traitors of a country I served for 22 years. We call that treason. We should not fight the same fight any longer. Our tax dollars should not preserve hatred, something that we do not stand for. It's real easy. If you want to get the attention of everybody under the gold dome, don't pay your tax dollars. I said it. What happens if you don't pay your tax dollars? Well, Georgia can't operate. We have legislation right now down at the Capitol that say enough is enough. That symbols of hatred, monuments of oppression should not stand in this country. Now, I will tell you this, that the governor will say, we're the best state to do business. Yeah. 7 years in a row. Yeah. But when we have Georgians dying, when we have fear being peddled or preserved, being the #1 state to do business is nothing to brag about. When you have women's health ranked number 40 or 41, depending on which list you look at, when you have hatred, which we witnessed last Tuesday at the election, and then they try to blame it on the municipality. No, you cannot defer or deflect your leadership role. As a naval officer, you can never defer, delegate your leadership responsibility. So we should not tolerate our dollars preserve monuments. We should not tolerate when a Secretary of State or a governor say, it's not my fault, it's the city of Decatur's fault. I'm sorry. Who's the leader here? Because if you're going to blame Decatur, then maybe we should move in the governor's mansion. If you're just going to take our tax dollars and preserve hatred, maybe I'll stop giving you my tax dollars. When do we start giving a trophy to the loser? Dr. Sarah already gave you the history lesson. I'm going to close with this. And I brought Cree up here for a reason. Because everywhere I go across Georgia, now some people will say, well, Derrick, you out of your district. Contraire. Contraire. Because my vote impacts all of Georgia. All of Georgia. There are 2 districts that state representatives and state senators serve. And I always like to bring it to the education front. There's a district that sends us to the Capitol, but then there's a district that we vote. So every time I cast a vote, it impacts all of Georgia. So for all of Georgia, that I stand here to tell you, we can no longer, if you have a child or grandchildren and their children, should not fight the same fight that Rosa Parks and Dr. King and everyone else fought. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So we need to do 3 things. If there's nothing else that you're going to remember, there's 3 things that we must do. 1, we must vote. We have to vote. Because if your vote wasn't important, they wouldn't try to take it from you. Okay? Number 2, we have to be together. My heart was so warm when the pastor was up here and all those preachers came up here. Because our constituents are asking, where is the church? I can't hear you. Where is the church? As a little boy, my mother used to take me to the church and they had meetings about protests. We have to get back in the... This is not about separation of church and state. Look at the television. We got to stick together. That's number 2. Vote, stick together. Then number 3, We have to do it for the next generation. We have to do it for the next generation. We have to do this for the next generation. We have to do this for the next generation. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
All right, Decatur, get out your phones. If you don't already have them out, please get out your phones. I want you to text Beacon, B-E-A.